Hello, my name is Ruth Grigg, and today I wanted to share with you about marriage and the wedding feast. Now, some of you know my husband Paul, and it's been our wedding anniversary. It was on the 12th of November, and we celebrated 31 years of marriage. Our marriage has been happy, but not without some family trials, not without financial difficulties or health issues. But by loving one another, supporting one another, listening and caring, and working our way through situations, by being faithful, by getting advice and lots of prayer, we have come through. Marriage takes commitment and work, and our marriage is worth it. Marriage is joyful also when we can spend some precious time together, laughing, relaxing, enjoying our children or our grandchildren, and enjoying special times and moments together. Marriage is the ultimate union of love. We become one in body, one in mind, one in spirit, and we share that deep intimacy only with one another. My husband is very romantic and thoughtful, and every year he arranges something special to remember on our wedding day. One year we went on a cruise to the Caribbean. Other years we've celebrated with nights out at the theatre, or special meals or trips. But one thing I am sure of, he never forgets, and he likes to treat me special on this day. This year we went for a spa, then we went for lunch at a garden centre, then we went out for a lovely meal in the evening. And to complete it, I had flowers and chocolates too. We both wrote cards expressing our love for one another. But this is what Jesus, God's Son, invites us to. He invites us to become one with him, to know him, by letting his Spirit come and make his home within us. We become one with him. We become his beloved. We become his bride. And this is the deepest bond of pure spiritual union. In the New Testament, in the book of Matthew, chapter 22, Jesus told a parable about a wedding feast. And I'd just like to read this to you. Matthew 22, verse 1 to 10. Jesus spoke to them again in parables, saying, "The kingdom of heaven is like a king who prepared a wedding banquet for his son. He sent his servants to those who'd been invited to the banquet to tell them to come, but they refused to come. Then he sent some more servants and said, 'Tell those who have been invited that I've prepared my dinner. My oxen and fatted cattle have been slaughtered, and everything is ready. Come to the wedding banquet.' But they paid no attention and went off, one to his field, another to his business. The rest seized his servants, ill-treated them, and killed them. The king was enraged." So later on, verse 8, it says, "Go to the street corners and invite all to the banquet, everyone you find." So the servants went out into the streets and gathered all the people they could find, both good and bad, and the wedding hall was filled with guests. See, in this parable, the king sent out servants to invite people to a wedding feast. The first group of people refused to come, and the second group of people were just too busy to come. Although it seems incredible to me that anyone would refuse to come to a wedding invitation from a king. The parable is about the king, King Jesus. He's inviting us to come and receive his life, to enjoy an everlasting union, and to celebrate this great feast with him. God is calling us all to the wedding feast. He has sent out invitations. The invitation goes to all in the highways and the byways. He's calling you personally. If you hear the invitation, what will you do? Will you say no? Will you say you're just too busy and ignore it? Or will you come to the great wedding feast? Will you say yes? You see, the invitation is not just to a wedding feast. It is to know him personally and to have eternal life, to be part of the bride of Christ, to be with him now and forever. And for those who already have a relationship with God, who have responded with a yes and are on their way to the wedding feast, he's calling us into a deeper intimacy and to prepare ourselves for the wedding feast, like Esther prepared herself before she went before the king. Before Esther was chosen to be presented with others, she had to be a virgin, and she had to be young and beautiful. Esther was lovely in form and features, and she found favour in the eyes of Hegai, the king's eunuch, who took charge of the women. Before Esther was chosen as queen, she had to go through 12 months of beauty treatments. 12 months. 6 months with oil and 6 months with perfumes and cosmetics. Also, during this time, she had to eat a special diet. She could not be presented before the king until all this had taken place. So let's ask ourselves this. How do we present ourselves before the king? Do we take time to bathe, to ask for forgiveness, and let him purify us, removing all the debris from our lives? Esther also bathed in beautiful oils and softened her skin, and it made her smell lovely to the king. But do we do this? Do we take time to bathe in his love and let him soften our hearts? And do we spend time speaking and singing of our love to him, releasing a beautiful aroma to the king? Do we take time to watch our diet? What I mean is, watch what we listen to, what we watch, where we go, what we do, and what we do with our bodies. We know that the veil of the curtain has been torn in two and that Jesus has already made a way for us. And we cannot earn God's love. It's a free gift. But do we know how to please his heart? Do we take time to prepare ourselves for him and prepare ourselves in a way that will bring him pleasure? How do we prepare ourselves and our hearts? Are we prepared to spend precious time in his presence, getting to know his heart without rushing away? Are we prepared to go deeper in our relationship with him? He is the lover of our soul. And it says in Song of Solomon, this is what the lover says: "You have stolen my heart, my sister, my bride. You have stolen my heart with one glance of your eyes, with one jewel of your necklace. How delightful is your love, my sister, my bride. How much more pleasing is your love than wine, and the fragrance of your perfume than any spice." And many more words of love are spoken between the lover and the beloved because of their deep, intimate love for one another. This is all found in the book of Song of Solomon, or Song of Songs. I want to encourage you not just to enter his presence with regular rituals and routine prayers, but to make this time with him a treasured place of deeper intimacy where you have prepared your heart and where you're willing to have it softened by his love and expanded by his love. He's calling you to come prepared for the wedding feast and to put on the pure white garments that he's already given you. and for you to prepare yourself for the wedding feast that He has prepared for you. Will you come prepared and ready to give your love fully and completely to Him? I leave you with these things to think about, and hope and pray that you're able to make these steps that will take you into a deeper union with God. If you'd like to discuss any of this further, please do so. Please add some comments below. And if you'd like some prayer, please contact me. I'm very happy to help you, and I'm very happy to pray with you. Goodbye. God bless.